What are you addicted to that is perfectly legal? Buying video games and never playing them. Staying up late to enjoy the peace and quiet that comes at 1 AM. I just read a term for the detrimental version of this recently. Revenge bedtime procrastination. It is especially seen when a person feels they do not get personal time or have lack of control in their life. Going back to sleep after I wake up. Laying around and never getting anything done. Caffeine. Sugar. Alcohol. I'm a functioning alcoholic. Help me please. Check out Smart Recovery if you aren't a fan of the AA approach. That same advice, when I first heard it, quite possibly saved me from a short and miserable existence not worthy of calling life. I still do AA sometimes too, even though I don't take away as much as many, but Smart was a game changer for me. Takeaway delivery, to the point that I'm angry while choosing my order and eating it. I think I have a genuine problem. Takeaway delivery is not oxymoronic in my dialect. It's a perfectly common phrase meaning a takeaway meal that has instead been delivered. In British dialect, a takeaway refers to the type of eatery, not necessarily the manner in which you receive the food. In my particular circumstance, I'm referring to weekday lunches. I already get a combination of HelloFresh and groceries for dinner, and I'm a perfectly good cook. I appreciate the suggestions, but any suggesting I simply learn to cook are pretty moot at this point. I've become aware this sounds a lot like binge eating disorder. I'll be looking into it and getting professional help if I need to. Quite a few people have indicated they'd like a subreddit for group support for this kind of issue. I find it really hard to believe that one doesn't already exist, but if I can't find one, I'll make one and invite those who have indicated interest. Thank you for all the kind, genuinely useful and heartwarming comments. It's nice to know I'm not alone and not destined to live like this forever. Beat Saber. I'm a 44-year-old dad. On my second game ever I almost scored a perfect on a hard level, missing only 3 blocks. I've been hooked ever since. I've been mock sword fighting with her in fair group since I was a teen, so I think that might have something to do with it. The phrase I've been hearing a lot is fitness is the killer app for VR. What's crazy is the demographics. The CEO of the Supernatural VR app, I think it's Beat Saber vibes but more fitness focused, was on a podcast recently, Decoder, and he mentioned over 60% of their users are over 40. That's a wildly different kind of growth than what new tech is used to. Chocolate. My phone. Anyone else feel ashamed when they get their weekly screen time report? Naps. I can take 2-3 a day and then go to bed before 9 PM. Internet. Wikipedia. I guess it's not a terrible habit to have, but I spend a lot of time on wiki marathons. Lego, specifically sorting pieces into categories. I can't get enough. You are never truly done until you have a separate box for every individual piece. The praise and approval of others. I've worked hard to hide this fact, but it's definitely an issue. Houseplants. I have so many houseplants that when friends who haven't been over before come over, I get a lot of surprised faces, followed by intense questioning. Short version summation. It takes a whole day to check and water everyone. I use 16 gallons of water a week. No, not everyone is watered every week. Yes, I've killed a lot while learning how to houseplant. IDK for sure, but close to 400 most likely. My wife. I also choose this guy's wife, our wife, comrade. Biting my nails and picking at them. Can't believe I had to scroll down this far to find this. Do you end up biting your skin around your nails as well once nails are too short to bite? Gaming. Spending money. That doesn't mean I have a whole lot of money to spend. I just can't seem to stop looking at store apps or yard sales or going out to eat when I don't need to. My wife reins me in for a lot of it, but I impulse buy I absolutely don't need to all the time. Maybe it's more of an impulse control problem, but it typically always involves money. For example, I bought custom eye contacts based off the Rinnegan and another Mangek Sharingan from the show Naruto. I'm 33. Dog collars and dog gear. I have one dog and like 120 plus fancy collars for her. I had to unfollow collar makers because I can't stop myself from overbuying sometimes LMAO, but it makes me happy and I never have gone broke over it. I just know I look insane with that many collars, leashes, bandana, etc. Popcorn. Crunchy, buttery, salty, warm, delicious smelling popcorn. Not the microwave crap. I mean like, the perfect, better than at the movies, made with precision, care and love popcorn. Music. We're in the best time in history to have a music addiction with the streaming era. Every week I have at least 2-3 new albums to listen to on top of having instant access to all my favorite old music. Diet Coke. No I swear they sprinkle a little crack in each bottle before sealing it. Aspartame, the sweetener in diet drinks, is very addictive. Mindless eating and telling people they're wrong on the internet. Terraria. Tea, and specifically Yorkshire Gold, but any strong tea will do in a pinch. Flamin' hot Cheetos. Cigarettes. Reading this from the smoke pit at work, I was surprised how far down the list this is. I'm 32 and the cashiers still say I'm too young to be smoking. It's a dying habit. Orgasms. Natural endorphins that don't seem to be so addictive that I need to quit everything else to do it at every given moment. Gummy bears. Sunflower seeds. Fanfiction. Well, it's not perfectly legal, but it's not like drugs. It's free and there's a lot of it. Oxygen. Taking some RN. Can't seem to quit. I'm at the point where if I stop I'm die. Tobacco and kratom. I've got chronic pain issues from a knee injury. Thought it'd be a viable alternative to prescription pain medicine. It's not. It's not as potent but just as addictive. I can't seem to not buy it. Showers. I take 3 a day but I don't smell like Fast food with delivery. It's dumb how addicting, easy, rewarding the lack of effort it is. It gets to the point that I get home from work, with time to cook, with food on the fridge to prepare, look at the kitchen and feel myself deflate and all strength leave my body. What's one more delivery? It drains me physically, mentally, and monetarily, yet it's completely legal, advertised, encouraged. Was never like that until 1-2 years after living in a house by myself. It's gotten to the point that I prefer to drive 40 minutes to my parents' house just to eat a proper home-cooked meal. I'm sure they appreciate the visits, but I bet they think I'm doing it because I'm overworked. I am, but that's not the reason, and have no time to cook. Tips. I'm addicted to being addicted to things. Never the same stuff, but always bouncing from being completely obsessed with something to dropping it for something else. That feeling of being completely into something and being excited about just learning doing something new feels amazing. I effing love pickles, like the small ones. Cornichons? Fuck. If I open a can I can't stop till I'm out of them, then I sh my guts out next day. YouTube, man. Exploring series, Kings and Generals, Fire of Learning. Some crazy German one that explains space to me. I'm furious I sat through 12 years of public bullshit, but every day some enthusiastic person on YouTube can break down learning for me. The passion speaks volumes for most of those content creators.